Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video we're going through the first game of round, what is this, 5? Something, I think it is round 5, between Geelong and Melbourne that was played last night. With regards to the other videos coming out that I said would come out, the Swans video is taking actually a little while to record. You will see that given the shirt that I'm wearing, that part of it was recorded this morning, and part of it will be recorded later today and sort of mashed together to produce one long video. It's going to be the longest on the channel by quite a long way, so that had to be done, but I thought I'd get one out to you guys today, at least before sort of, as I think that, this one's one I think I'm going to give to you guys on the Saturday, because that'll fill that hole there, as I've got commitments on Saturday, and so they've got to be done, obviously. But yeah, so that video will come to you guys on Saturday. That's Swans squad's player-by-player review. And so yeah, before we get into this video particularly, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into the video. If I click the right hotkey, there we go. So if you look at this game in sort of review, you see Morrison and Hoare did their job at the top of the order for the forwards, and it kind of sucks because it sets such a big sort of ask on Phillips, Single and Roberts to get close to them. And so hopefully Phillips can go 70, 80, 90. I was hoping that one of these, at least 2 or 3 of these, Hoare, Morrison would sort of have a backflip game and not really do much, but obviously that wasn't the case. So yeah, Morrison 101, 30 touches. You look at the fantasy by quarter and she just got away in the second, which sort of sucks. If she hadn't got away in the second, she was on track for like an 80, and that would have been huge. And it doesn't seem that Webster is really taking away from her, as you see with Webster going 64. So yeah, 30 touches and a goal, and she didn't get suspended last week, as we were talking about midweek. And so yeah, she really just dominated the game, I guess. McDonald here, what was it? This isn't Abby, this is Amy McDonald, number 3. 27 touches, 90 points. Was alright for the people that have her, but isn't that 100 mid. So yeah, you'd want to be with McDonald here. Amy McDonald, 1.1 mil. She's probably going to drop down to, I would say, 1.08. So I actually like, even though it won't show here, Purcell didn't have really the best game. If we go to midfielders here now, and we go to average, is there anyone that I really like per se around that? I think Bates didn't have the best game, did she? 96, not too bad last week. Conti around that same. Swanson around that same, sort of 94 as well. If I was to give you one that was really sort of help around that region, there isn't really one, to be honest. Just looking here quickly, like they're all sort of 80s, 90s, as you can see here by the average. You sort of have to use a bench boost a little bit to get up to the likes of Prespakis. Actually had a really bad game, so it's almost time to actually jump on her because she's dropping down in price massively. Like she's going to have she lost 57k last week, I believe. 92k last week, actually. So she's going to drop, I think, even 200k this week. So you're almost able to jump on her I might jump on her from Whitford next week and gain potentially somewhere close to, if Whitford has a decent game, like a 90 or something like that, Whitford won't drop in cash, I don't think, too much. But if Whitford has a 90, I could potentially gain 80 or 90k from that, and then get Everest and Phillips up to the likes of a Hoare or something like that, and get one of the main girls. But yeah, so Prezi not having a good game might have actually helped me out, because I can jump her in now. As she doesn't look the worst. I think she just she had 3 free kicks against. She just got caught a little bit, and it was a really tough matchup. To get 68 in that matchup isn't the worst. But I think there is room for Prezi to go big in the future. Maloney, 81 as a forward. She's just inconsistent and not really up there with the top tier forwards. Bowen, 76, was decent, but I'm pretty sure she had a couple of poor games. We talked about Prezi, talked about Webster. Maloney, 61. 3-goal outfit. I think she's going to be one of those players that surprisingly does well, even as a sort of key position forward. Emerson 60, and you don't see Gunjaka anywhere, which is really funny because I thought she was a great pickup, having scored 70 in 3 out of her 4 games or whatever, and she had that low game. So that trade targets video wasn't the best outcome for Gunjaka there, to be honest with you. As you see here, just never really got involved, and actually had a decent last quarter, didn't she? Or she just didn't get involved in the first. If she had a 15-point first quarter, that's a 50, and it's not looking the end of the world, but never really got those marks that she was getting in the last couple games. Had 1 mark, and I remember it being, I think, in the third, I want to say, that she got it. Or was it in the last? It was in the second half where she got it, and yeah, just never really got involved. Hall was tracking so good. She was on about 5 minutes into the second, and then did nothing for the rest of the game. No tackles at all. She just doesn't do anything outside of the ruck tap, basically. And yeah, so that kind of sucks for her. McDonald as well for me. Did a lot in the first quarter, and then you see here 10, 6, 4, and then nothing in the last. She looked so good as well because she was on 16 so early into the second. And then just got 4 points in the second half. Did nothing in the second half of the second quarter, and yeah, that was just disappointing. She's gonna lose cash, which sort of sucks for me. As I got no cash in now basically. And then Hall over here, 108, huge, 100% time on ground. She's pretty much needed now at this point with the way she's playing, and she did it against a tough team in Geelong, who's gonna be in the top 8. Paxman 87 came alive in the second half. West 84, Hanks 677, Mithen 76, Purcell 76, McNamara 74, Sanka 65, Sheriff 62, Banan 57. So all these girls did really, really well, to be honest, against such a strong opponent. And you can just see here that Melbourne dominated the second half. I mean, they went in at halftime with, I think, a 20-odd point lead, and I thought my tip was going to be good. But then they blew them away in the second half, and I actually lost rankings. Not too many. I lost like 7 or something like that through just the margin. But yeah, so it was actually a really good effort by Melbourne to basically show that there's only really 2 or 3 teams that can keep up with Melbourne in Adelaide, and you would say Adelaide, Brisbane, Melbourne, and North are sort of that clear crop above, and then you've got the likes of Geelong sort of trailing them in 5th or 6th, as it will probably turn out to be. But yeah, that pretty much is the video. There wasn't much to talk about. There wasn't any, as you see, sort of as this happened with the men's. You sort of have this happen in the latter half of the year where you only have about 2 or 3 from each club that you really talk about. And for us, it was really at this point now, it's Morrison, Pressbarkis, and that's really it for Geelong. And for Melbourne, it's Hall, to a certain extent, Paxman, and then that's pretty much it for Geelong as well. And then you have the odd people that have rookies, etc. But yeah, that pretty much is the video. And if I go back to the main screen, that is the video, and I'll see you guys. I guess it will actually be in the Swans review when that comes out, as I've got to record the second half of that later today. But that'll come out Saturday. Sunday we'll start our reviews again of all the content, of all the, I guess, games for the women's, as you have like 3 or 4 games today. So hopefully I can get, in a break of one of those games, get the Swans recording done. But yeah, you'll see those on the Sunday. The Monday will have also the Swans, not the Swans, it'll have the 2 or 3 of the games as well, and then we'll get through them by Tuesday or so, and you'll see the regular schedule, I guess. But anyway, that is the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.